Today we got leg day. Yes, everyone's favorite. I'm gonna be doing some squats here, 3 sets. Here's gonna be my warm up. Pretty much the thing with this workout is I usually hit legs Wednesday and Saturday, but I actually hit legs Friday today because I'm not gonna be able to work out tomorrow. So I kind of did like an upper lower to end the week. Usually I have, what would that be, Wednesday to Saturday, like 2 days of rest. Or today I only had 1 day of rest because I hit legs Wednesday, did upper yesterday, today hitting legs again. I think that did play a pretty crucial role in my performance today, specifically probably on squats and maybe sldls, but nonetheless everything did move pretty good today. I did have a pretty good session. I'm still warming up. I kind of just want to put this in the video because I feel like some people don't properly warm up, and this really helps me warm up. I do a little bit before this, but this is how I actually warm up to my top set, because my set 1 is my top set, just the way, or I guess just the way I train. So yeah, I do this, and today's top set was 275. I'm aiming to get 3 in the next 2 weeks, so 275 for 3. Today, as you're gonna see, I went for it here, and I'll let this play out.
Come on. Come on.
So yeah, as you can see, I got it for 1. Honestly, not that surprising because I'm gonna let the rest of my sets play out here. I pretty much drop it by the same weight every time. Today was all different weights though, because I did 270 last session for 3. But anyways, every time I do something for 3 reps, at least for my top set, I up it by the next weight. And on squats, you can only up it by 5 pounds, which honestly is a lot. So the same thing happened with 270. When I got 265 for 3, I ended up going to 270, and I got it for 1, and then I got it for 2, and then I got it for 3. So honestly, I think the same thing's gonna happen with 275. My one rep did move good, don't get me wrong. I might have got to, maybe it's because I only had a 1 day rest in between. That might have played a role because I'm used to the 2 day rest. But honestly, my next leg day is gonna be great because I have it Wednesday. So I'm gonna have like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that's like 4 days of rest. So I'm expecting good things on that leg day. But yeah, here's the rest of my squats. Everything moved pretty good today. And then here we got some sldls. Also going to show you guys how I warm up. With my warm-ups, I try to just, I guess, slowly add weight, and I try to do something a little bit heavy right before my top set, just so it kind of, well, there's a word for it, warms up your like CNS, like your nervous system, all that shit. So this is like the one I do before sldls. This is 275, and then for squats right now I'm doing like I think 245 for like 1 right before my top set. But here's my top set of sldls. I upped the weight from last time. So last time I want to say I got 320 for 4. Today I got 330 for 3. Yeah, sorry, someone texted me. But yeah, no, that moved pretty good, I would say. And then here we go. I kind of messed up my sldls today because I usually would do like a 40-pound drop, which personally I thought that was a lot because my max reps I like to do is 8, and I would be pushing that. I'd be like 8, 9, especially on my 3rd set. So I tried dropping it by 20 pounds, which is what I do for squat, but I didn't like it. As you can see, I only got 3 here, and they didn't even move good. So I think I'm gonna drop it by like 30 pounds, 35, something like that. I think this set moved good, but my form was kind of shaky, but it's all right. At the end of the day, I persevered and I moved that shit regardless. So yeah, I mean, squats, sldls was pretty good. Here we got single leg extensions. I've been doing these a lot because my knees were just hurting a lot from doing like dual leg and just a lot of, I guess, volume. But yeah, here's single leg. I don't know how much I did, maybe 185. I'm saying I got this for 3. I went up in weight. Last time I did like 180 for 5, 185 for 3. Not bad. Definitely gonna get more next time. And then here I'm dropping the weight. I drop it by a pin. I don't know how much this is. Don't remember. Don't feel like looking. But yeah, I got this much. I want to say I said I got this for like 4.5, something like that. And then my last set that you'll see in a second is dropped by another pin. And that's pretty much all I do for quads. I try to keep it a little tame because I do have this calf injury going on, so that hinders it. But I am able to squat again, and I'm able to do leg extensions. I'm pretty much able to have a full leg day. That's great. And off camera, I did do some seated calf raises. I did 1 set, a plate, and a 25. Just wrapped it out, to be honest. Trying to get back into hitting calves, but it's kind of risky business because my leg already gets fried from squats and doing treadmill and doing all this shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty much hurting all session, but I pushed through. Here we got hamstring curls, 202.5 pounds, I want to say. Got this shit for 3 today. I got this shit for 2 on my last 2 sessions, so this was a PR for me. Felt really good, and it moved really good. And then here I dropped it by a pin like normal, so 187.5 because I have the 2.5 on there. That's why the weight's kind of weird. But yeah, no, we're probably gonna up the weight next time, or we're gonna do 202 again and see if I could match it again for 3 or potentially get a 4. And then I'll definitely go to 205. And then here we have, I did 2 sets of hip adductions. I've been going a lot lighter on this machine just because it's really been hurting my groin, and I'm not really a fan of that. But I do want to grow my adductors, and unfortunately this is like the only machine for that. And yeah, no, here's the pump. We're building the legs up. The injury really hindered all of that. And then here we have pretty much the only thing I do for abs, just some weighted decline sit-ups. I started with just doing like a plate. Now I kind of put the plate behind my head, makes it a little harder. I know my form isn't beautiful, but I do like to ego lift on these just because I feel like, if you're lifting heavy weight, your body's going to adapt to it and your body's going to grow. I live by that. So here's me doing 45 and a 10. This is the only thing I do. I do this every other day. So usually I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it's worked beautifully for me. No complaints. Yeah. But I'm like 165, 66 pounds right now, so I'm kind of heavy for myself. So yeah, they might not be showing, but the strength is there. And when I cut down again, it'll be great. And yeah, here is me doing some cardio. I did 30 minutes. That is the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm gonna try to start posting on like a weekly basis, maybe 1 video every 2 weeks, every week, just a session, something like this. And yeah, make sure to use my code Sergio on Auspicious Boulevard if you like the zip up I was wearing. That is where it's from. And then Echo Vision code Sergio10 to get the amazing D handle or like D cuff, whatever the wraps are called. You know what I'm talking about, the ones I was doing for sldls. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. See ya.